In this little bit of Mark's Gospel in chapter 13, the last section from verse 24 to the end, we encounter Jesus who is prophesying in a very apocalyptic way. He's talking about a time when the sun won't shine and the moon won't give out its light and the stars will fall from the sky. And if you think about it for a moment, these are all the most permanent things in the ancient Near Eastern world. These are all the things that outlive empires and constructions of human beings. These are the very stars that people use to navigate their way across uncharted lands. These stars that we know are permanent and they are always in the same place. That's why we use them for navigation. These stars are going to fall. What could be so different, so manifestly upheavalizing, as it were, that the very most permanent things, the things we get our bearings from, might fall? And further to that, it's going to happen within the lifetime of Jesus' first hearers. So something really big must have happened by now. Did we notice? What's the change? Well, consider this. Once upon a time, and a time long before you can remember, if a society or a community wanted to solve its problems of upheaval and antagonism, usually what happened, first serendipitously as if by accident and later by design, there would be a victim found. Somebody on whom all the blame could be placed, and then they could be sacrificed or executed. And this was the bog standard way of dealing with community antagonism right up until the time when Jesus arrived. Now, in some parts of the world, that's actually been the way that communities and societies dealt with antagonisms right up till very recently, because they hadn't heard about Jesus. But Jesus did do something that really changed the game. And what he did was, rather than wanting to not be the sacrifice, which is what we all naturally would choose, not to be the sacrifice, Jesus displayed a willingness to be that sacrifice, to allow himself to be taken, to allow his life to be taken from him. And in doing that, and in being identified in due course as God in the flesh, he swapped, or basically reversed the polarity of meaning. Whereas once we thought living was avoiding being the sacrifice, here we have one who says, no, the most alive you can be is when you give yourself, when you offer yourself in sacrifice. So rather than avoid sacrifice, you should allow it in yourself. Not take someone else's life, but give your own. This is a truly remarkable reversal, and it reverses the meaning of pretty much everything that we think makes sense in our world. If you think about it for a moment, it's our natural instinct to not want to die, and here's Jesus saying, those who give their life for my sake will find it. That leaven has found its way through society for the last 2,000 years and manifestly changed everything. We now educate people just so that they can be good citizens. We now offer healthcare broadly to everybody. We now have a rule of law, not the rule of the most powerful. Although even as I say each of those things, I'm aware that they're being eroded as we move away from the central story that gave rise to them in the first place. So things have changed. The stars that we used to use to navigate have fallen, although we are quickly putting up alternate satellites in their place. come along this Sunday. I'm going to just switch to another location so I can show you where to come. Please come along to our chapel. It is displayed behind me here, and we're getting more people along, and we've still got space for more. And we had a great Sunday just gone, so we'd love for you to join us. If you are unable or for whatever reason don't want to come along to our building, you can watch us on Zoom Church. And then if you miss that and you need to catch up a bit later, you can even see us on our Facebook Live feed on our Facebook page. It's pretty handy, really. Who knew technology could be so useful? And whatever's going on for you, be ready to have all those most significant things changed around, and don't necessarily fear that, but look for the way that the kingdom is coming. Look for the opportunity in this change. For God is with us. Emmanuel. Talk to you soon. God bless. Bye.